In this video, we will explain absolutely everything you need to know to travel to Lima, the capital of Peru. This is the definitive guide and the most complete video you will watch today about the only capital in South America located by the sea. We will cover everything from the chaotic traffic logistics and how to leave the airport safely, where to eat the best ceviche in the world, how to visit an ancient pyramid that sits in the middle of a modern neighborhood, and why the sky in Lima is famous for being gray most of the year. So let us get started. Lima is no longer just a quick stopover for those going to Machu Picchu and has become the #1 gastronomic destination on the planet. It is a city of gigantic contrasts. On one side, you have the Pacific Ocean hitting the high cliffs of the Costa Verde with mirrored buildings on top. On the other, a very rich colonial historic center and pre-Inca archaeological sites scattered around the city. It is a place where you eat very well and cheaply, the people are polite, and history is alive. Now let us move on to logistics and planning. What is the best time to visit Lima? Lima's climate is curious, and you need to understand this not to be frustrated. The city is very humid, and it almost never rains. It is a desert. From May to November, the sky is covered by a gray and low mist that they call La Garua. It is cloudy all the time, and it gets damp cold. If you want to see the sun and blue sky, the right time is summer from December to April. It is when the city becomes vibrant and the sunset over the sea is guaranteed. And how many days to stay in Lima? Many people stay only one day, but it is not enough. To eat at award-winning restaurants, visit the historic center, calmly see the water show, and enjoy the bohemian life of Barranco. The ideal is 3 full days. If you really like museums and gastronomy, you can stay 4 days easily. Now let us talk about transportation and how to get around Lima. To arrive, you will land at Jorge Chávez International Airport. It is located in the city of Callao, which is attached to Lima, but is a dangerous port region, and traffic to Miraflores is one of the worst in the world. It can take from 40 minutes to an hour and a half. To leave the airport, the safety tip is never take a taxi on the street outside. Use Uber, which works well, or the official bus service called Airport Express Lima, which is safe, has Wi-Fi, and drops you off at the main hotels in Miraflores. A ride costs about $20 to $25. To get around inside the city, Uber is the best option. It is very cheap. There is an express bus called Metropolitano that has an exclusive lane and avoids traffic, but it is usually always crowded. Do not rent a car in Lima under any circumstances. Traffic is aggressive, chaotic, and no one respects the laws. It is guaranteed stress. Staying in a good region will make your trip much easier. The strategy in Lima is safety and sea view. The #1 rule is do not stay in the historic center or near the airport. These are dangerous areas at night. The first option, and the tourist favorite, is Miraflores. It is the safest, cleanest neighborhood full of gardens. It sits on top of the cliffs. It is where the big hotels, the Larcomar Shopping Mall, and Kennedy Park are located. You do everything on foot, and there is constant police presence. The second option is Barranco. It is the neighboring district, but with a bohemian, artistic, and hipster soul, full of colorful old mansions, graffiti murals, art galleries, and the best bars. It is great for young couples. The third option is San Isidro. It is the financial center, more chic and exclusive. It is where some of the best restaurants in the world are located, and the El Olivar Forest, a beautiful park with centuries-old olive trees. It is quieter and less touristy. We created this personalized map that explains exactly which is the best central region to stay. Staying in Miraflores or Barranco, you cannot go wrong. We will leave here on the screen QR code, and in the video description the link to this exclusive map. We created them on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices and reliable options. We will also leave links to the hotels we have already stayed at and approved. In all destinations, we always recommend one that is very cheap and super well located for those who want to save money, and another that is a little better in the same location but a little more expensive with more comfort. These are great options tested by us. An important tip to save on accommodation is the advanced strategy. Lima is a business and tourism hub. Hotels with sea views in Miraflores are disputed. That is why we really like using this site we indicated. In addition to having the lowest prices, it has free cancellation with almost all hotels. You can book as soon as possible to guarantee a much lower price, and if you need to cancel later due to any change of plans, it is super easy and at no cost. And remembering that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to set up your entire trip for the lowest price on a single page. The sites we use to build our trips, and that have everything much cheaper, such as international eSIM cell phone chip, to have internet and call Uber discounted travel insurance tickets for museums, and city tours, good and cheap hotels we have already stayed at, and the global account to carry dollars. Save this page in your favorites. Now let us get to the main attractions with details you cannot miss. Attraction #1 is the Miraflores Malecon and Larcomar. The Malecon is a boardwalk of miles on top of the cliff overlooking the Pacific. It is beautiful to walk or rent a bike. Stop at the Park of Love to see the statue, the kiss, and mosaics inspired by Gaudi. Walk to Larcomar, an open-air mall that was built inside the hole of the cliff. The view from the restaurants there is unbeatable. Nearby is Kennedy Park, famous for having dozens of cats living free and well cared for by the City Hall. Attraction number 2 is the Historic Center. It is a World Heritage Site. Start at the Plaza Mayor Plaza de Armas, where Francisco Pizarro founded the city. See the Cathedral of Lima and the Government Palace. Try to see the changing of the guard at noon. The wooden balconies of the colonial buildings are beautiful. The highlight of the center is the San Francisco Convent and its catacombs. It is a guided tour where you go down into the underground crypts of the church. There are the bones of more than 25,000 people organized geometrically. It is macabre, impressive, and unmissable. Attraction number 3 is Huaca Pucllana. It is an immense pre-Inca pyramid made of clay bricks that sits right in the middle of the modern neighborhood of Miraflores. It is surreal to see that ancient ruin surrounded by mirrored buildings. Take the guided tour to understand the history. Extra tip: there is a haute cuisine restaurant inside the archaeological site. Dining there, seeing the illuminated pyramid at night, is an unforgettable experience. Attraction number 4 is the Barranco district. It is the most charming place in Lima. Visit the Bridge of Sighs. Legend has it that if you cross holding your breath, your wish comes true, and go down the Bajada de Baños, a pedestrian slope full of urban art murals that goes down to the sea. It is the best place for photos. Attraction number 5 is the Larco Museum. It is considered one of the best museums in South America. It is located in a colonial house full of bougainvillea flowers. The Inca and pre-Inca gold and silver collection is fantastic. But what is really successful is the gallery of pre-Columbian erotic art with explicit ceramics that show how the ancients viewed sexuality. The Museum Cafe is also excellent for lunch. Attraction number 6 is the Magic Water Circuit. It is located in the Parque de la Reserva. It is a complex with 13 gigantic illuminated fountains. The main fountain shoots water 260 feet high. At night, there is a laser projection and music show on the water. It is cheap, beautiful, and kids love it. Prepare to get wet in some interactive fountains. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. The Larco Museum and the guided tour of Huaca Pucllana have specific times. We will leave in the QR code on the screen and in the description the link to the site where we always buy tickets and tours for the lowest price. It is the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Now, let us move on to gastronomy. Lima is the #1 destination in the world for eating. You need to try the classic ceviche raw fish, marinated in lime with corn, sweet potato, and red onion. Other must-try dishes: lomo saltado, beef strips with soy sauce, tomato, onion, and French fries served with rice; ají de gallina, shredded chicken in a delicious yellow cream sauce; and a cold mashed potato cake seasoned with lime and chili, stuffed with chicken or tuna. To drink, pisco sour grape brandy with lime and egg white, and chicha morada, sweet purple corn juice with spices. And of course, the Inca Cola soda. For restaurant suggestions, the list is infinite. For haute cuisine, Central and Maido are voted the best in the world but require reservations months in advance and are expensive, more than $200 or $300 per menu. For incredible and hearty food, go to Isolina. In Barranco, tavern, food, huge dishes to share. For fresh ceviche and a relaxed atmosphere, La Mar by Chef Gaston Acurio, or Punto Azul, good and cheap. For beef heart skewers, Anticuchos, Panchita is the best. Quick and in-depth, shopping tips. Lima is great for buying crafts and silver. The Indian Market, Inca Market on Petit Thuar Avenue in Miraflores is souvenir paradise. Buy alpaca wool sweaters. They are soft and warm. Colorful fabrics, mirrors, and 950 Peruvian silver jewelry, which are cheap and quality. Larcomar has international brand stores, but prices are normal. What to do at night? Nightlife happens in Barranco. Start with drinks at Ayahuasca Resto Bar, which is located in an incredible old mansion with several themed environments. Barranco Beer Company Brewery is great for those who like craft beer. In Miraflores, the famous Pizza Street has been renovated and is more family-friendly, but Berlin Street still concentrates many lively bars. And if you are traveling with kids, Lima has great attractions. The Magic Water Circuit is unmissable. The Parque de las Leyendas is a huge zoo that also has archaeological ruins inside. The Choco Museo offers workshops where children make their own chocolate from bean to bar. And the cats in Kennedy Park are the joy of the little ones. Mandatory documentation for international tourists. To enter Peru, you generally just need your valid passport. U.S. citizens do not need a visa. The yellow fever vaccine is not mandatory for Lima, but bring the certificate if you are extending to the Amazon. And remembering travel insurance. Medical costs in Peru can be expensive for tourists, and food poisoning is something that can happen. We never travel without it. And in the link in the description, there is the comparator we use. And to combine your trip, Lima is the starting point for everything. The classic is to combine with Cusco and Machu Picchu, a 1 hour and 20-minute flight. Another incredible option is to take a bus to the south 4 hours and visit the Ballestas Islands and the Huacachina Oasis in the Ica Desert. If you liked this complete and deep guide like the video, and subscribe to our channel to travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a safe trip.